Talk Melody Show, bitch.
The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show.
It's the Talk Melody Show, bitch.
The Tasha Melody Show.
Hey, welcome guys. This is Tosh Melody from the Talk to the Melody Show, and this is episode 6. Thank you guys, and thank you for my viewers for joining me tonight. So I have a very special guest with me, Marcus Boyd. Hey Marcus, how are you?
I am honored and beautiful. You know, it's amazing to be on this life-changing platform.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. So for those that do not know you, can you please introduce yourself to our viewers?
My name is Marcus Leonardo Boyd. I'm an autism global activist. I have autism. I am an autistic entrepreneur. There's a lot of stuff that I do, but you know, we're not going to route down the list. It's just I'm an autistic entrepreneur, and I fight for laws and rights for those who cannot fight for themselves, dealing with autism or special needs. And we here on this amazing platform.
Thank you for that. So, can you tell us about your background and what led you to become an activist and using your powerful voice to fight for those who are not able to?
I come from, I was raised between Atlanta, Georgia, and Brooklyn, New York. So, my family is a lot of us. It's a lot of children in my birth parents' situations and household. So I come from Brooklyn, and I come from Atlanta, Georgia. I come from, Blake's and Lennon, Brownsville, Atlantic and Rockaway in Brooklyn. So, the thing is, I come from a very humble beginning. And unfortunately, in my background, there was a lot of judgment, abuse, separations, depressions, or whatever. My birth father didn't understand what autism was. He didn't understand that I'm having these episodes and I'm having these behaviors at a certain age. I'm not hitting these milestones like my brothers are, like my sisters are. Like I'm still having 2 to 3 year old milestones at a different age. So, I'm still using the bathroom on myself. I'm still wearing diapers. I'm still slobbing, rocking in corners. I'm still yelling and screaming. I'm still biting and scratching people. I'm still jumping on people, at a very young age. I'm not grasping learning materials. I'm not grasping when my brothers and sisters used to watch Sesame Street, when they used to watch Rika's Castle, or, Bozo the Clown, that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not grasping those type of situations. I'm not grasping, not to touch the animal cage when they used to do free days at the zoo in New York. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not grasping. Don't touch the artifacts at the museum in New York. You understand what I'm saying? I'm yelling, screaming, and doing everything else. So because my birth parents come from a very poor background with a whole bunch of children, it was not receptive nor open to patience, love, kindness, understanding. So it became very abusive, very, very abusive. And it became, anger, not understanding turned to anger, and anger turned to rage.
So is it fair to say from back then till now, a lot of people was not as well educated in the whole aspect of what autism is and how to diagnose that? There wasn't a lot of information back then as it is now.
No, it wasn't. So, and then too, you got to understand, if you come from a black church, which most people in New York comes from a black church. So if you come from a black church, automatically you're labeled as demonified. Some holy oil need to go on your forehead or your throat, and somebody need to pray for at least 30 minutes to an hour and go ahead and cast out them demons, because you are misbehaving, you are embarrassing, you are not confining to a normal routine, you are outside of the box, you're not acting like other people.
Mhm.
So the thing is, unfortunately, my grandmother comes from the church. So the only thing she knows is church. So
Right.
she's not understanding what autism that's like speaking in tongues for her. And when she spoke in tongues, the word autism is foreign to her. No, he just got a demon. He's just acting up. No, we need to beat it out of him or pray it out of him or both.
Mm. And with that being said, fast forward. So, what led you to become a activist and use your powerful voice? Like, what led you to get into that whole persona?
I didn't want to be an activist. I wanted to be a music producer. Well, at first I wanted to be a
Mhm.
firefighter before
Okay.
9/11. I wanted to be a firefighter, but then when we went to little firehouse and stuff up there in Brooklyn, you know what I mean, I realized I couldn't lift the hose, so that dream died. So that was gone. So
Mhm.
I mean, music became my second mistress, if you will.
Mhm.
You understand what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So I didn't want to be an autism advocate because I started off as an autism advocate.
Right.
Like Meek Mill said, it's levels. Now I'm an autism global activist. It's different. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying?
So, can you distinguish the difference for our viewers, please?
Sure, sure. So I'm advocating, which means that I myself have autism or have experienced somebody with autism or special needs, and I
Mhm.
want to be an advocate. I want to be a voice. I want to help them raise
Mhm.
their story. I want to help spread, my personal story as somebody who either have experienced or
Mhm.
or or experiencing it through somebody else's lifestyle. So that was an advocate.
Okay.
An activist is me talking to governors, mayors, senators, congress people, school officials, superintendents, giving them ideas, telling them what things need to happen, what things don't need to happen, telling them from my life experiences, if these actions continue, what can harm the
Mhm.
body, the school body, or the individual or the family,
Mhm.
fighting for more financial gain for the autistic individuals and their families so they
Mhm.
can have money for the ABA or the different therapy options and sessions, and so they don't have to keep sacrificing.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's a activist. A global activist is you do what you do in all 50 states
Mhm.
and you do this in other countries. So that's the difference between an advocate, an activist, and a global activist.
Okay. So, when did you first realize that you wanted to be the voice for the autism community and help others?
I think when my friend I was on if anybody know about Atlanta, I was on Atlanta I-285 on the highway, and that's like a big old circle. My friend, she grew up with me. We was in the same bathtub. She has a son that has like level 3 autism. He's severe. He
Okay.
does not talk at all. He has to have 24-hour care.
Mhm.
Long story short, I asked her, can I go to Walmart? She wanted me to go to her church. I didn't want to go to her church. She pulled over the car. It was thunderstorming and raining, and she wanted me to walk my fat self from I-285 back to my apartment. And again, I-285 is a circle, so it was thunderstorming. I wouldn't even know where to walk to. And again,
Mhm.
I'm fat, so like either the ambulance is coming
Mhm.
or I won't go home. So one of those is going to happen. So I just
Okay.
basically told her, yeah, I'll tell my testimony at your church, because she wanted me to tell people that I slob and I use the bathroom on myself and I have sensory issues and stuff of that nature. And at that time, ma'am, I'm in studios. I'm in like real music studios
Mhm.
with artists, film directors, like they listen to my beats. Like I'm DJing fashion shows. You
Mhm.
you want me to go to a 200 to 300 member church and tell them that I slob and use the bathroom on myself? I didn't want to do that.
Mhm.
That was not like my number one pick. But then she said that how can I not, when God allowed me to come from where I came from, and I don't want to open my voice.
Mhm.
So I told her if she takes me to Walmart, I go. Because again, I was just trying to go to Walmart, so I tell her anything at this point. Plus, I'm trying to get out the rain. So I actually went to her church. And long story short, when I got there and they introduced me there, the congregation already knew that I was coming. So I told my story, and these parents and single aunts and uncles and volunteers start asking me questions, giving me encouragement. Then from that point, it's like something inside of me said that this was never about you, Marcus. This was never about you. It was always about them.
Right.
I'm just using you. So if you don't want to be a vessel, you're still going to get used whether you like it or not.
Yes. There's definitely a bigger picture than this. And I am so glad you went to that church and you opened up your story to that congregational church, and which helped you to get to where you are at now, because that was the starting point for you, correct?
Yeah, it was the starting point for me. And then that 2 weeks after that, I ended up at Georgia State Capitol. That was my first speaking engagement. It was like 2 weeks later, I was at my first speaking engagement. It was at the Georgia State Capitol. So it was like the struggle I went through musically. I wasn't going through this struggle with me being an autism advocate. Right. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your engineer will tell you. You don't understand how many times I called this man, and I'm sleeping in South Carolina. I'm homeless. You understand what I'm saying? I think his son was a newborn. You understand what I'm saying? Like I don't went to multiple states. You know. So when he said we go back, he's not lying. Rocking chairs. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. Yeah, and it's so sad how people to this day have a misconception about the word autism and autistic individuals, and I'm so happy there's a lot of individuals like yourself that's putting out that education to the world, so parents as well can learn, because when their child has that, like you said, how your parents, how they reacted, there's a lot of parents out there that still react that same exact way. So I am definitely grateful to you for being that vocal point, and putting that knowledge out there, putting that education out there when it comes to levels of autism. For me, autism is just, for those kids, it's just like a different way of thinking. We have so many brilliant individuals out there, such as yourself, that has brilliant minds. It's just their brain is wired to think differently. That's it. That's all it is, And how long have you been a activist?
August 2025 will be 8 years.
Oh, wow.
It'll be 8 years. And, again, I don't want your viewers to think like, okay, well, yeah, there was instant love for him. People just gravitated or whatever have you. Let me tell you something. I was in and out. It was so bad. I was homeless and behind the girls and boys home in New York. You understand what I'm saying? I'm 70 homeless. You understand what I'm saying? My birth mom went to family court and told them that if you take Marcus, Tommy won't beat the rest of the kids. He just bruised Marcus. He just abused Marcus. You understand what I'm saying? She went to the judge and told him that I was a mistake. She don't want me. I'm too retarded to be her son. You understand what I'm saying?
That
and I was non-verbal. Okay, so I don't want people to think like this road was just smooth. It was
right.
It was horrendous.
Definitely a lot of challenges, a lot of traumas and challenges. So can you let our viewers know where can they reach out for more information on how they can become a part of your community and how they can learn more about autism and things of that nature?
I'm easily searchable on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Leonardo Boyd, Marcus Boyd. Instagram, autism activist Marcus Boyd. TikTok
Okay.
is Marcus Boyd. Or people can call me at 601-994-3454. That is my cell phone number. I'm not hard to find. If any advice, any encouragement you need me to help give to your child, your teenager, your adult, then I'm willing to do that. Any type of conversations or questions you may have, I'm willing to answer. I don't know everything. I'm not a doctor, so I can't give you medical
Right. Right.
situations of that nature. I only can tell you about my personal experiences and give you encouragement. Everybody's situation is different with autism. Nobody has the same situation with
Right.
autism. So the thing is, we have to start looking at autism as something that can and will be prosperous. We have to stop looking like, oh, I knew my baby daddy father probably had autism. That's how my son got it. No, it's not about baby daddy, grandma, auntie, second cousin. It's not about none of that. It's
Mm-hmm.
about God blessing. Yes, some people look at autism as a curse, but I look at it as a blessing and a superpower. Some people don't. Some people don't see autism as a superpower. But at the end of the day, everybody got titles. So you may not have autism. You may have bipolar. You may have manic depressive.
Mm-hmm.
You may have anxiety. Whatever your title is, that don't mean you can't touch greatness because you got bipolar and anxiety or PTSD.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, you received numerous recognitions for your experience with educating others. Can you touch on some of those recognitions and
Sure.
rewards?
Sure, I have 12 awards for being an autism activist. I have one
Mm-hmm.
humanitarian award. I have a lifetime presidential achievement award for doing 4,000 hours of community service. I have an autism lifetime achievement award that was given out to me by the ATL Hottest Award Show December 2024. And in November 2025 in Biloxi and Gulfport, Mississippi, I'm getting the Music Lifetime Achievement Award at the
Right.
Mississippi Music Awards.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 13 music awards. Well, about to be 14
Mm-hmm.
as a music producer and composer. I
Mm-hmm.
have 3 film awards for my short film. It's called The Boy with No Voice, the mini movie. We just put out the cyberbullying short film, and we just submitted that to film festival. Shout out to Tina Bridges and TLB Productions, award winning in Atlanta, Georgia, and stuff of that nature. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, we working on the 2-hour feature film about my life with autism. It's called The
That's.
Marcus Boyd Story, an autistic
Mm-hmm.
state of mind.
Yeah.
Being shot by Nas Panky and Andrew McAllister with Beast Mode Entertainment in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, so it's also wonderful that, just because a person has autism, it does not mean that they cannot live a full, happy, prosperous life. That is another misconception that a lot of people have. You can live on your own. You can live with autism. You can
I don't
prosper
suggest
like
it. I'm not
everyone
trying to be
else.
funny. I'm not trying to cut you off. I just don't see. This is why I'm going to work on that book. It's going to be the book's going to be called Dating with Autism. Don't you let your son
Mm,
jump off that porch. Don't you do it because this world is cold. And if
mm,
your child, daughter, son, whoever can live with you and still feel independence,
yes.
please, please, please let them do that. Don't send them to a landlord where you know they may have struggles with math or calculations or understanding percentages and stuff of that nature. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Because this world is cold. They don't care. The police didn't care that I had autism. They didn't
Mm,
care. Jails didn't care that I had autism.
mm,
Prisons didn't care. So let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a whole dollar. You understand what I'm saying?
I feel you.
At the end of the day, we gonna go through the same struggles that people who don't have autism. And in
So
jail
true.
and in the prison and jails, there's a bunch of mental people who have problems up in there. They don't get the type of services that they need.
Mm-hmm. Facts. And Marcus, I also see that you also received a award from Joe Biden.
Yeah,
How was that experience for you?
I got that award in 2022. I got a medal, a letter, and actually
Mhm.
that like Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award is hanging up right there. You know, you understand what I'm saying? With the letter, you understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it was a shock to me because I didn't know that somebody could
Mhm.
recognize what I do, even though they put it in the category of volunteering. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care what category you put it in. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fine.
It's fine. So, what does your activism focus on the most?
We're focusing on especially with the Marcus Boyd Foundation that's in Denver, Colorado. So what we are focusing on is resources, empowerment, law changing, um, try to help financially with families,
Mm-hmm.
connecting with other organizations,
Mm-hmm.
working partnerships, and building bridges that will last for the next generation.
Okay. And again, can you let our viewers know where can they find out more information on what you just said?
Well, I got the website autismactivistmb.com. You can type in my name in MSN
Mm-hmm.
Bing or Google anywhere, and you'll see articles come up from different situations. You can call me, follow me on Instagram, Facebook.
Okay. And also, you advocated for change. Can you speak on which media platforms you shared your story? If I'm not mistaken, I think I saw USA Today, Forbes magazine.
For USA Today, Forbes, The Washington
Mm-hmm.
Post, Upscale, Sheen, Rolling Out. I mean, it's a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of. I have been on 11 magazine covers in the course of almost 8 years. Three of those
Mm-hmm.
covers are there's two in Africa and one in the country of Italy. I've
Okay.
been on shout out D. I just did shout out DFW, which is Dallas Fort Worth. Uh, it's been a bunch of YouTube platforms, a bunch of magazines. I mean, I just did. I'm in Vicksburg, Mississippi, so I did in Jackson. I did Channel 3 and 12. Uh, the article on me from the Mississippi Free Press comes out next week. So I
Okay.
mean,
So when those come out, are you able to share that
of
on my
course, like,
platform, please, so I can keep track and definitely keep everyone informed?
oh yeah. Yeah, all that good stuff. I mean, yeah, I can definitely send the Mississippi Free Press when it comes out. I have another
Okay.
magazine that's in Texas that's doing an article on me and my foundation. That comes out
Nice.
in June. So it's a lot of again, it's a lot. I'm always in somewhere getting written about with me
Mm.
being an autism activist and me being a music producer.
Right. And with that being said, we're going to shift gears a little bit. So you stated that you are also a music producer and composer. So who are
Little bit. I don't know that guy. A little bit, a little small on the little crystal light, nothing major.
okay? So who are some of the who are some of the artists you worked with in your
Okay,
past?
so in the past, I have worked with Dwelle, Eric Roberson, Fonte, Little Brother, Knife Wonder, Raspity, Tom Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Shirley Caesar, Kanye Doss, Algebra. I mean, it's a bunch of people.
Yeah. So how did you get involved in the music industry?
Well, I had no choice. Again, growing up in Brooklyn, everybody and their mama raps, sings. There's 4-year-olds that can outspit 30-year-olds. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's just the Brooklyn way. So when I stepped out the stoop, it was everybody doing something. And then I got
Yeah.
cousins that knew Biggie personally, that knew Easy Mo
Mm.
B personally, that knew you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These type of people. I remember when my cousin was doing security, he used to sneak me down the tunnel. Again, I'm showing my age. He was doing security, he used to sneak me at the tunnel. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, So, so I mean, the skating rings, music is life. And then anybody
It's
know New York,
life.
the church choir competitions, that type of stuff is life. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely. So your journey continues to inspires others. What is the message you would like to put out to the world?
That just because you have something does not mean greatness cannot come in your atmosphere. You have to, if people don't want to know your name, if people don't want to know who you are, you have to make them know who you are. Do not settle just because you have a situation, just because you might be in a financial bind, just because you don't have enough contacts to push your dreams or your goals. Who cares? Because at the end of the day, we always going to be in a financial bind, and those who are not in a financial bind found the component which is called networking to help them get out of their financial bind. Because even Noah's Ark didn't build that boat by himself. He had two of every pair. So at the end of the day, if we don't allow God to do what he said he was going to do anyway, we the ones that's stepping in the way of our own destiny.
Amen. Amen. So before I let you go, you also created a color book titled Super Marcus. Where can our viewers purchase that book?
It's on Amazon. $19.99. It's on Amazon. Yeah. And I'm working on a sitcom coloring book called The Wayans Family, which the daughter Heaven has autism. So this will be what you watch on TV, a sitcom. You'll be able to actually color and read this from a coloring book standpoint. So it's like a sitcom has seasons. This will have 10 different coloring books. That will be one season. You understand what I'm saying? So we are taking this and putting it in TV sitcom form.
So with that being said, Marcus, I definitely commend you for everything that you are doing, for being the advocate and giving a voice to those who are voiceless. So where can our viewers go to join your cause?
Well, they don't really got to go nowhere. They can just call me. 601-994-3454. Again, I'm going to go ahead and repeat that. Somebody might be getting a pencil. 601-994-3454. No, that's not a Google voice. That's my real cell phone number. So if people really want to talk to me, all you got to do is call or text me. I ain't like those people. I ain't bougie.
Okay. All right, so is there anything else you would like to add before I let you go?
I will say, listen, whether you in New York, Atlanta, Texas, LA, wherever you are, you entrepreneur, radio host, painter, DJ, music artist, whatever you are, continue to chase your dreams. A no don't mean never, and a yes it only means to push to your destiny. And anybody that wants their brand out there, you need to get on this major platform. You hear it first from autism global activist Marcus Leonardo Boyd. I'm telling you, because this platform, these people, her team, and everybody else can help move your platform to a different situation and your brand to the masses. And that's what we want, and that's what we need. So connect with these people you hear, connect with this host, connect with everybody else, and allow them to help push your platform to the next stratosphere.
And with that being said, Marcus, I thank you for joining me tonight. And this is Tosh Melody on Talk to the Melody Show, and we out.
The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show. The Tasha Melody Show.
It's the Tosh Melody Show, bitches.
Tasha Melody Show.